Hi, welcome to Gadgets360. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you get a notification of all our new videos. After launching the premium selfie-focused Oppo F5, the company is now back with the value-priced Oppo A83. This phone promises a lot of the features of its bigger sibling, but costs less than 15,000 rupees. Can it take on some of the biggest competition in this price bracket? We're gonna find out. The Oppo A83 has a plain black front face and a matte finish metal rear that unfortunately picks up scratches and smudges very easily. The camera bump also protrudes quite a bit, but thankfully Oppo includes a plastic case in the box with this phone. The screen has an 18:9 aspect ratio, though it isn't exactly borderless. There's still a lot of space above and below it. On the top you can see the front camera, and for a selfie-focused phone, it's surprising that there's no front flash. Another surprise is that there's no fingerprint reader either on the front or the back of this phone. You do get face recognition, but just like with the iPhone X, not a lot of people will find this an adequate substitute. There's a tray on the right with slots for 2 nano SIMs and a micro SD card. There's a micro USB port on the bottom and a 3.5mm audio socket next to it. The power button is also on the right, and the volume buttons are on the left. Although this is a value-priced phone, you still get some decent specifications. The processor is a MediaTek 6763T, which is the same as the one found in the Oppo F5. You also get 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage, and microSD expansion support goes up to 256GB. The screen measures 5.7 inches, and though the resolution is only 720 by 1440, text is pretty sharp, colors pop well, and brightness is good enough for everyday use. You also get Wi-Fi N, Bluetooth 4.2 and GPS, which take care of basic connectivity, but there's no NFC. The battery capacity is 3180 mAh. General performance is pretty good during our time with this phone, and we didn't have to deal with any stutters or lags. Heavy games also ran quite well, and benchmarks posted decent scores. The A83 runs Android 7.1.1 with ColorOS, which has a lot of iOS-inspired touches, including a panel for shortcuts and quick settings that pops up from the bottom of the screen. The Settings app is also heavily redesigned to look like iOS, but there are unique features such as a filter for fake base stations used by scammers, and an option to try to identify unknown callers. You can clone apps to use with 2 different accounts and also run 2 apps side by side in split screen. There are gestures to launch apps while the screen is off, and you can even define your own shortcuts. Face recognition is easy to set up and works quickly most of the time, though it doesn't work in all situations and really isn't a perfect replacement for a fingerprint sensor. The front camera has an 8-megapixel sensor and f2.2 aperture. The beautification feature seems to be able to reduce blemishes, but skin looks completely artificial at its maximum level, and we've seen more customizable adjustments from other manufacturers. The rear 13-megapixel camera also has an f2.2 aperture. Quality is decent at first glance, though you'll see that details don't come through very well when you zoom in. Photos taken at night are surprisingly good, and objects are visible even with very little light around, though again, details are very weak when you zoom in. Battery life is good enough for a day of light to medium usage, and we had a little power left over at the end of each day. The Oppo A83 is a bit of a workhorse. There's nothing about it that really screams for attention other than the 18:9 screen at this price point. Everything worked pretty much without complaint, and the only thing that might take some time getting used to is ColorOS. This phone goes up against the powerful Moto G5s and the Xiaomi Mi A1 and compares pretty favorably to both of them. We think you'd be pretty happy with any of these phones. Thanks for watching. For more reviews and videos like this, keep checking out our channel and visit us at gadgets360.com.